Semi-finals of the Labrocks 600 from Shelbourne Park, plus the final of the Value Centre cash and carry 29 stake from Kilcohan Park. And our last look back at the 2003 National Greyhound Awards. But first, we take a look at some of the Irish contenders for the upcoming English Derby.
Wimbledon. It's 5 years since Chart King captured the English Derby to become the last Irish trained winner of the English Blue Ribbon, but he could soon lose that honour. The Irish have a strong team this year and the message is clear: watch out Wimbledon, we're on our way. Ian Riley has long been targeting the classic for his brilliant performer Droopy's Skulls. The son of Top Honcho has all the qualities needed to become a leading challenger, and it would be no surprise if he were to go all the way.
But out front it's number 4, Droopy's Skulls, a trap-to-line winner.
Droopy's Skulls will be joined by his little brother Droopy's Cow. The Puppy Derby champion is a real professional. With lightning reactions at traps and superb early speed, he could also go a very long way.
Droopy's Cow, the Puppy Derby champion, he's gone around the last corner. He's 4 or 5 in front. He won't be caught at this stage. Number 3 staying on strongly, that is Persian Ruler, but it's all number 5, Droopy's Cow.
Next we have the talented Ger Holian trained duo of Indian Ruler and Shantabar. Both displayed their well-being in the recent Donald Riley Auctioneers Easter Cup. They are very similar in terms of racing style. With sizzling pace to the corner, there won't be many that will lead them.
But out front, number 1 Shantabar now been tackled by Indian Ruler. Here comes number 2 Phoenix Ice around the final corner, and Phoenix Ice on the far side mounts his challenge in Shantabar. Indian Ruler, what a finish! Desperately close between Indian Ruler and Phoenix Ice. Back in third, number 1 Shantabar, but an absolute thriller. The winning time 28:57. A very, very close finish indeed.
Johnny Donoghue was also making the journey across the water, and his leading hope is Weatherman. He possesses fine speed throughout, and if his performances in the Tolko Cup are anything to go by, he could represent big value.
Weatherman and First Charter coming to line. Weatherman, First Charter. Weatherman holds on. First Charter second, back in third. Number 4, Coulivanny Eddie. The winning time 28:76.
That brings us to the sensational Premier Fantasy. With only 11 starts under his belt, he has already established himself as the hottest property in Greyhound racing.
Premier Fantasy as clear as they turn for home. Number 6, Indian Ruler comes next. Then comes 4, Awesome Impact, coming with an absolute flying finish. But number 2, Premier Fantasy, crosses the line. 28:08, a sensational track record performance. This is a serious greyhound.
After his late entry, the son of Premier County has been installed as one of the hottest English Derby favourites of all time. We spoke to the man at the end of the lead, Seamus Graham.
Everything has gone great up to now anyway. The dog is in great form, and he has had a great break from racing for the past 3 weeks, and I know he hasn't been trialled, but he has been galloped and he's as fit as a fiddle. I've had a lot of good dogs in my time, but I think this lad is a little bit special. He's only 2-year-old and he has really done well in his up to now. If he keeps it up, he could do well. The one worry I have is him settling down, and if he handles the track right, he definitely has a lot of ability. The dog doesn't know that he's favourite, and I know, I suppose, all right from hearing them talk about it and reading about it, but that doesn't worry me. I'll do the best I can for the dog, and I hope he does the same for me.
And the latest report is that all greyhounds arrived in the UK safe and sound. Premier Fantasy did the fastest trial at the weekend in a time of 28:73, and he's now into 4-1, the favourite.
It's Bank Holiday weekend here in Dublin, and Shelbourne Park hosting the semi-finals of the Ladbrokes 600. 2 great races in prospect. The opener, Awesome Impact and Valencia Sidetrace the favourites, and Valencia looks particularly well housed in Trap 5. The second semi-final, well, Jewel Nikita, he'll be favourite, well positioned in Trap 1. The dangers are Karma Knight and Great Lark, who's very well boxed too, in Trap 6. First, let's see that opening semi-final. In 1 we have Confident Choice, trained by Paul Hennessy for Elizabeth Bodie in Limerick, a son of Split the Bell and Lovely Disc. He's won 25 from 75, a very consistent tracker, and certainly won with a chance at a big price. In 2, Awesome Impact, trained by Reggie Roberts for Geraldine Fitzpatrick, this son of Jamela Prince and Abel Ivy, one of the fastest finishers in the game. He's the second favourite of Valencia Sidetrace and worthy of plenty of respect.
In 3, Velvet Cash, owned and trained by Jimmy Buckley, care of Tyke Buckley, a son of Joanstown Cash and Velvet Mella. Joined favourite in the Produce Stakes, but finished well down the field. He has big pace, but facing a nightmare draw. In 4, Bucky Burglar, trained by Paul Hennessy. His second runner, this one owned by Nicky Kenny and June Judd, a son of Come On Ranger and Queer Duchess. He's won 20 of 49. He's likely to come inwards, but expect him to be thereabouts in the early stages. In 5, Valencia Sight Rate, trained by Francis O'Donnell for Morris Jackson and Tom Smith. This son of Larkill Joe and Ullet Sight Rate is absolutely blessed with speed. He flies down the back straight, he stays strongly. He's going to go off the hot favourite and he looks the one to beat. In 6, Sidewalk, trained by Stephen Burke for Sean Cleary, a son of Pete's Boss and Faithful Susie, another one with brilliant pace. Down the back straight he flies and he comes home strongly. He's won at a decent price that could also run quite well. Here on the way for the opening semi-final of the Labrocks 600. In 1, Confident Choice. Trap 2, Awesome Impact. In 3, Velvet Cash. 4, Bucky Burglar. In 5, the warm favourite, Valencia Sight Rate. And 6, a Sidewalk. They're now well on the way, up behind the traps, and away they go. Valencia Sight Rate off to a good start, as is number 4, Bucky Burglar. Number 3, Velvet Cash going up well. Into the corners, Velvet Cash, Bucky Burglar, and Valencia Sight Rate. 3 of them in the line. Velvet Cash goes round in front, but number 5, Valencia Sight Rate getting a good run on the outside. He takes up the running around the second bend. It's number 5, Valencia Sight Rate, with number 3, Velvet Cash. Number 2, Awesome Impact at the tail. He has a lot of work to do, but it's number 5, Valencia Sight Rate. He's going to lead into the home straight. He won't be caught at this stage. Velvet Cash is still second. Number 4, Bucky Burglar comes next, but around the final turn, up the home straight, it's number 5, Valencia Sight Rate. Awesome Impact coming home in a rattle. It's going to be desperately close for second, but no doubt about the winner. Number 5, Valencia Sight Rate. 32.41 the winning time. A superb performance by Valencia Sight Rate. And the results of the opening semi-final of the Labrocks 600. Number 5, Valencia Sight Rate, a highly impressive winner. Second, number 2, Awesome Impact. And third, number 3, Velvet Cash. The winning time, 32.41. Well, the runners now on parade for the second semi-final of the Labrocks 600. The first we see Jewel Nikita, a hot favourite, trained by Paul Hennessy for Monica Hackett and Kim Ella Kenny in Dublin. A son of Spire Nikita and Laura's Jewel flies to the corner, well drawn. I think he's the one they all have to beat. In 2, Tom's Little Joe, trained by Leicester Power for David Dwyer in England. The son of Tom's the Best in Westmeath Josie came home well to land the spoils last week. A top performer in England last year, and well, one of the outsiders, but don't rule him out. In Trap 3 we have More Air Joe, trained by Stephen Burke for Nazy O'Callaghan in Limerick. This, a son of Stapler's Joe and More Air Darky, a wide running tracker. Expect him to move right on the race to the corner. He could give the favourite a dream run on the inside. In 4, Carmenite, a real powerhouse, trained by Stephen Burke for Jason Pollard. This is a son of Joanstown Cash and Droopy's Andrea, the Cesarowicz winner. Facing a tricky draw, he'll have to avoid his kennel companion, More Air Joe. In 5, the other Domino, bidding to give Frances O'Donnell a quick double. This is a daughter of Larkill Joe and the other Joy, one of the fastest bitches in training. She really flies from the second bend, and I think she'll run very well. And finally, in the stripes, Great Lark, trained by Owen McKenna for Matty Anglin and Donald Leader in County Cork, a son of Larkill Joe in Caherbeg Picture. He's won 5 from 14, but this fellow has brilliant speed throughout. He's ideally drawn in the stripes, and well, he could possibly be the big threat to the favourite, Jewel Nikita. On to the second semi-final now of the Labrocks 600. In 1, the favourite, Jewel Nikita. Trap 2, Tom's Little Joe. In 3, More Air Joe. Trap 4, Carmenite. In 5, the other Domino. And Trap 6 is Great Lark. They're up behind boxes, and away they go. And Jewel Nikita off well, as is number 2, Tom's Little Joe. Number 4 going up fast, Carmenite. And Carmenite leads round the corner from number 1, Jewel Nikita. Back in third spot, number 2, Tom's Little Joe. Number 4 now, Carmenite has been left clear of number 1, Jewel Nikita. In third, number 2, Tom's Little Joe. Then comes 5, the other Domino. But number 4, Carmenite, is a mile clear. He surely won't be caught. Number 1, Jewel Nikita, continuing in second. Then comes number 2, Tom's Little Joe. But around the final turn, it's number 4, Carmenite. He's producing a blistering performance here. Up the home straight, number 4, Carmenite, is going to land the spoils. Jewel Nikita staying on strongly. Does he hold on for a second? It's desperately close. The other Domino coming well, as was number 6, Great Lark, with no doubt about the winner. Carmenite, 32.31. A blistering performance. And the result of the second semi-final of the Labrocks 600. Number 4, Carmenite, highly impressive in victory, winning by 7 lengths from number 5, the other Domino. Back in third, number 6, the fast finishing Great Lark. The winning time, a superb 32.31. Well, we'll now look at the two semi-finals side by side. In the first semi-final, well, number 5 Valencia Side Red made a good start, but Velvet Cash and Bucky Burglar also going well. In the second semi-final, though, it's Carl Knight, away and gone. He was never going to be caught once he led round. Julian Nikita running off the corner, and all of a sudden, Carl Knight is clear. In the second semi-final, Valencia Side Red just takes on Velvet Cash at the second bend and goes to the front. Once he hit the front, that was that. In contrast, Awesome Impact at the tail of the field, but he finished at speed. He really came home with a rattle. But number 4, look in the second semi-final, Carmen Knight, he's gone clear. He's never going to be caught. A hugely impressive winner in 32-31. In contrast, Valencia Side Red 32-41. We've got a great final ahead of us next week. It could go any way. The trapjaw for the final of the Labrocks 600 was made by Richard Harkness of the sponsors. In trap 1 we have Velvet Cash. Trap 2, Awesome Impact. In 3 is Great Lark. In 4, Carmen Knight. Trap 5, the other domino. And completing the lineup, trap 6, Valencia Side Red. It promises to be a real cracker.
Some great action there in those semi-finals, and that 32-31 run from Carmen Knight, really a tremendous effort. But he doesn't have that much in hand on Valencia Side Trade. And, well, I wonder how much has he in hand in the market. I have with me Richard Harkness from Ladbrokes. Richard, your reaction to that?
I was just very impressed with Carmen Knight. I know he got probably a faster start than normal, but showed tremendous early. He beat Valencia Side Trade in the quarter-final. Different views about whether Valencia Side Trade was a bit unlucky or not. Fact is, he beat him, and I think he deserves to be favourite. Put him in at 5-4.
5-4. Seems a little bit skimpy.
Yeah, 32-31, fastest time in the competition. Drawn in 4, I don't think that's going to be a great problem to him. Great Lark in 3, not much early, so he's got a chance to lead again.
Yeah, a lot of the early pace has actually gone out of the competition at this stage.
Yeah, looking where he is, he's drawn either side of Great Lark and the other domino, so he's got every chance to lead round.
And Valencia Side Trade, he's your second favourite, obviously.
Second favourite, drawn in 6. Obviously, every wide runner likes to be drawn in 6. Again, very impressive tonight. Broke slightly better than normal, which is as per Carmen Knight, but a very good run for 32-41, which is at the time was the fastest time in the competition.
Now, Awesome Impact obviously will be running on very strongly at the finish, but he's a big cut for early pace.
He is going to be very caught for early pace, but looking at the way the race is set up with 4 wide runners, he could be the dog to benefit most from anything going on outside, and he'll just settle in behind them, and the race could be run to suit him. I wouldn't rule him out yet.
So what price, Awesome?
7-2, third in.
And then it's any price bar, is it?
It's good luck rest, yeah.
The Value Centre Cash and Carry 29 stake came to its conclusion last Saturday night at Kilcohan Park in Waterford, carrying a winner's prize of €2,000 plus trophy. We look back now with Mal Keaveney.
Dogs have been placed in traps now for the final. In 1, Lemon Blaze, 2, Eve Chambristo, 3, Go Ahead Honcho, 4, Run for Miles, Vespucci is 5, and 6, Rough and Tumble. There's good support here for the bottom dog. That's Rough and Tumble running from box 6. They're out. Rough and Tumble breaks very, very poorly, and instead it's Run for Miles and Vespucci. Go Ahead Honcho well in contention as well. It's Run for Miles that leads now from 3. Go Ahead Honcho. That's the 1-2. Lemon Blaze shows in 3rd. Rough and Tumble begins to improve. Go Ahead Honcho now challenging with Run for Miles at the 4th bend, 3rd bend now, and onto the 4th they go. And on the inside it's Go Ahead Honcho beginning to challenge all the time. Go Ahead Honcho up towards the line. It's going to get there from Lemon Blaze, and Rough and Tumble will have to settle for 3rd. A first win in the stake for Go Ahead Honcho, and what a night to get it in the final itself, winning in a smashing time of 28.58. Second, not far behind Lemon Blaze, and 3rd, Rough and Tumble. Killian, a very nice win here for you. Your brother not here though, Michael.
No, Michael's a trainer. He's in America, out of the country for the moment. He missed the semi-final and the final. The dog ran very well in the semis. He wasn't breaking, but tonight he hopped out. He did enough, and once he was second going around the first bend, we knew he had a good chance. So yeah, it was a good time. So he was very pleased with him. Initially, when he started on race stake in Clonmel, he was breaking really well, but he just wasn't breaking here. But now he seems to do all these really powerful runs down the back straight. So.
And did just enough to hold on at the line.
Yeah, the one dog really put it up to him now, but luckily enough he just got in front of him at the 3rd bend, and that was the vital part of the race. So it was great. We could start shouting then after that.
Now for our concluding look back at the 2003 Irish Greyhound Awards. And the final accolade was bestowed upon none other than our own Michael Fortune, or better known to his close friends as Quaxer Fortune. To start the ball rolling with his views of the great man was none other than legendary GAA commentator Micheál Murachurtig.
Is there any man in the whole world that knows more about greyhound racing than Michael Fortune? At least he'd agree with me on that. I've known him, I would say, for 40 years. The first time I met him was going to a hurling match in Wexford. I think he has some connection with Wexford. He likes the Wexford hurlers. You know, they appear once in a century or sometimes twice in a century. He's one of their loyal supporters. I think he was with the Irish press at the time, and he came along and he introduced himself to me as Michael Fortune from Wexford. I've known him since then, and if there's one man that you needed to do you a good turn, if you went and asked Michael Fortune, he'd do it for you. So I am delighted that he follows in the steps of some very illustrious people who in time will be recorded on a special roll of honour, Bordnagun Hall of Fame winners.
Michael has been involved with greyhounds for over 40 years, and his passion for the sport has never waned. He founded the Irish Greyhound Review Annual in 1979 and continues as its editor today. As we speak, he's working on the 27th volume of the annual, as well as keeping the public up to date with the latest news on the greyhound front through the paper Greyhound Weekly, assisted by his son Ian. In the early 1970s, he joined RTE Radio as a racing reporter and interviewer at the major horse racing tracks around Ireland and the UK. Also at this time, he began working with RTE Television on the live greyhound programmes, where one never knows what's going to happen next.
We've used all the superlatives, the adjectives to describe him, and look at that. But I'm being distracted there as we see late show, Paul Hennessy coming in to collect this fella.
He has often said that the most exciting race he ever commentated on was the Derby final, where Cool Performance held off Late Show.
But up the straight, it's Cool Performance. Here comes Late Show, but just too late. And Cool Performance holds off Late Show by a rapidly diminishing head.
Michael is also a keen greyhound owner. Probably his biggest win was when Cool Survivor won the Oaks in 1995.
Cool Survivor live commentary on the outside, putting in around Pacific Wind, but it's Cool Survivor gonna win it for Michael Fortune and Fonzie King. That one man is going to make a quick exit out of here. It's Cool Survivor's owner who's punching the air here.
Michael, congratulations. Fantastic performance.
Cheers, magnificent. Absolutely marvellous. Fonzie, come in here. It's a marvellous performance. I can't describe it. To get a dog to the Oaks final is something else. To win it, this is my part owner, Fonzie King. We're a great partnership, and this one has done us proud.
How did you survive on the commentary box at this stage?
At this stage, I was actually jumping. I was hitting the ceiling upstairs. At this stage, I was jumping mighty high and shouting. If you hear at the back of Desi's commentary, there's a large scream about 50 yards from the line.
The hare coming around the final bend. The favourite is number 5, Make All. Up behind, Traps away to go. Make All is away quite well. Number 4, Miss.
So back to the present, and specifically Harold's Cross and Shelbourne Park, where he spends most nights keeping all the tracks around the country up to date with the Dublin circuits via the Intertrack. Michael's contribution to Greyhound View since its beginning has been invaluable. He covers every aspect of a night at the track, including commentaries, interviews with winning connections and celebrities. He's a wealth of information and is a true professional.
Well, Fortune, we go back a long way, back to the days when we were both a lot younger and a lot lighter. In those days you had hair. A lot of people mightn't realise, but when Fortune was editor of the Irish press, even before then, he was known as Quaxer. Very simple reason, there was a movie out in his early days in the press called Quaxer Fortune Has a Cousin in the Bronx, and that name stuck for a long time. We travelled the country together, up and down, to race meetings, north, south, east and west. We used to stay in the Three Lakes Hotel, and on one night, in the very early hours in the morning, televisions were pulled out of various rooms on the 3rd floor, and Fortune, scantily clad, and a few colleagues who are also in the heavyweight division now, I wasn't one of them, believe it or not, proceeded to race one another up and down the corridors, jumping the television sets. I don't know whether the management ever heard about it afterwards, but it was a sight to behold. I'm certainly not an expert on greyhound racing, and the horses are my game, but I know it's been a passion of yours all your life. I know you'd love to win the Derby with a greyhound of your own someday, but you're a workaholic as well as keeping the gin and tonic industry up and running. It's a fully deserved award. I know that I'll be talking to you in the next few days. The one thing I hope never happens, I hope Wexford never beat Dublin in the Leinster Football Championship. First round, second round, final. Because if it does happen, I'm on the first plane out of the country. I just couldn't listen to the slagging.
How are you getting on?
Not too bad, yourself?
No, sure, tearing away. I'm tearing away now.
Not a bad old day for a game, is it?
No, it'd be nice to get an old run, wouldn't it?
Hopefully, a bit of luck.
Sitting on this old bench anyway.
Aye.
Fed up with all the time.
You would.
I'm fortunate. You the new hope for Wexford?
No, it's a friend of mine down in Wexford there.
Oh, he the new superstar on the way to lift Wexford out of doldrums then?
No.
Yeah, you don't know even did he play hurling at all, like?
Not really sure now, to be honest.
Or was he related to that lad Quentin Fortune that plays the soccer in England?
No, he wouldn't relate to him, no.
Sure?
Aye, would you?
Or maybe the jockey. Would you relate to Jimmy Fortune, the jockey?
No, I don't think so. No, he has a little bit to do with horse racing, all right.
I'd say he could be a jockey. Mixed up with that Mick Canano and Frankie the Tory. And kind of a name for a jockey, ain't it, that Mick Fortune? You could imagine Tony O'Hare now or something in the Irish Derby and Canan and the Tory coming to the last furlong there and next thing Fortune busting through and driving to him all the way and get up in the line, you know.
I'd say he'd enjoy that, all right.
I'd say he would if he was able.
Aye.
Then you had me bet then. What's he getting the Hall of Fame for?
He's a journalist.
Oh.
Does a bit.
And what does he write about?
Greyhounds and horses.
No, he's lucky enough then, you know, writing about the hurling. He never get a Hall of Fame or write about hurling below Wexford.
Mind yourself now.
Hey, cop on there.
We sort it out now. We get on that field and we sort it out. We get a shot out there.
We sort it out there now, really.
Yeah,
Come on.
Here goes Paul Hennessy and Nicky Turner to sort out their differences. Hennessy makes his way to the goal. Turner shows him the ball. He places it on the penalty spot in this Leinster final between Kilkenny and Wexford. Hennessy stretches the muscles in the goal, shakes the left leg. Turner looks to pick his spot. Where is he going to place this slitter? Past Hennessy's goal as Hennessy crouches like a cat on the line. Now Turner ready to take the penalty. 5 paces behind the ball. Up he comes. There goes the lift. There's the strike. Hennessy's gone the wrong way. It's a goal for Wexford. And Michael Fortune will make back all that money he has lost in the last 20 years with this fantastic result for Wexford.
Well, Michael, it may have come to you 10 or 15 years before you might have expected it, if expected at all you did, but you certainly were the hit of the night in there with the audience and the colourful presentation, Greyhound Personality of the Year. How did you feel?
A little bit embarrassed, really. Some of the things they came up with, especially watching those two ladies walking onto the track when I hesitated slightly. But it brought back great memories watching Cool Survivor win and some of the real good moments I've enjoyed over the years. It was good crack, despite the fact some of the clips they showed. I have a lot of payback to do on this one.
Well, there was certainly great enthusiasm from all members of the greyhound industry assembled here at the gala night. From your point of view, though, it does come across as very much a labour of love.
Yeah, love the sport. Wouldn't be involved with it. It's absolutely a dream. Our whole family are involved, and we eat, drink, talk dogs, and that's basically it. And well, long may it continue.
As they say down around the Midlands, my part of the world, it wasn't from the ground you got it. You were, as they put it, bred in the purple for this job.
Absolutely. Dogs walked me before I walked dogs, and my father was a trainer. I've loved pups from when I started. Always wanted to own good greyhounds. I've been lucky enough to own some good greyhounds, and hopefully in the future I'll continue to own some good greyhounds.
For quick and concise information on greyhound form, upcoming fixtures and a multitude of data, visit the Irish Greyhound website at www.igb.ie. Next week, the main action takes place at Shelbourne Park, featuring the final of the Labrocks 600 with a total prize fund of €60,000 and the semi-finals of the Kilcohan Puppy Tri-Distance from Harold's Cross.